So happy Janmashtami, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful celebration at home in the temple, and you nicely meditated on Krishna Katha, Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, and hope you all had a fulfilling and satisfying experience of Sri Krishna Janmashtami celebration. Anybody would like to share their experiences, how your celebration went? How your experience was?
This is first time Radha Krishna has given us service, Prabhuji. We did in the temple, me and Praveen, and even the kids, they enjoyed serving ice cream to everyone. That is a very good experience we had.
Nice.
Chanting Hare Krishna.
What time you came? I didn't see you.
Yeah, we came at around 5 o'clock, Prabhuji, but we are in the ice cream one.
Oh, okay. My
Even
daughter
Pravalika
also
is
was
there.
sleeping there. My daughter was sleeping there.
Yeah. So that's why first we have the darshan, then we went to the serving part.
Okay.
And raising funds for our temple also. That's also a good experience. Saying to everyone, Happy Janmashtami.
Yeah.
Nice experience, Prabhuji.
Very good.
Thanks. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Good. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share something?
Prabhuji, we went to Aarti at 12 o'clock yesterday midnight, and it was an amazing experience as well.
Yeah.
That was our first visit at that time in Janmashtami in the temple. And my kids, whole family, my mother, all were there. And one thing which really inspired us was seeing Harivilas Maharaj Ji at that point in time chanting with full energy, with so many people inside the room. It was very hot. But his expression was and his dedication, inspired us to be there and see if he can do that, then we can do that as well, kind of thing. So,
Yeah, definitely. He has been there in the temple since morning.
Wow.
He was there for Mangal Arati at 5:30, and then throughout the day he was in the temple hall reading Bhagavad Gita. He was reading from beginning of first chapter. He was reading all the purports, sloka, translation, purport, everything. Then he was there until evening. Maybe 1 hour or so. He went home, took some rest, and then came back again. Was doing kirtan in the parking lot, in the temple hall. He was there until midnight, 1 o'clock, with full energy. Yeah, if we can get even an iota of energy from what Maharaj has, our life will be successful.
Absolutely, Prabhu.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this is what we we want to look for when we attend festivals. We look for inspiration, not just going to the temple, being part of the crowd, and just be done with the celebration for the namesake. No, we need to take something home. What is our takeaway when we listen to a class or when we attend some program? What's the takeaway for me? What's the learning for me? What's the lesson for me? So that's a good observation, Kunal. Very good. So, anyone else? Kranti, what about you? Did you come to the temple?
No, Prabhuji, we came from India just 2-3 days back.
Oh, okay.
But I went here to Bethel temple, Bethel Hindu temple. So have darshan and came back here.
If possible, you can come to the Samamish temple today because there will be celebrations today also.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that beautiful Janmashtami decoration, everything is still there in the temple. So if possible, you can come today.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Prabhuji, what other programs are there today in the temple?
Yeah, I'll tell. 1 second. Yeah. So Abhishek Prabhu, what was your experience?
It was mixed, Prabhu. This time it was busy and devotional, I will say. Like as I told, surgery was kept us like a little bit occupied. But
Okay.
started for me day before yesterday when we had the full Gita Parayan because in India Janmashtami started, so my friends are there who does whole Gita recitation. So he did that the Friday evening. So that was, and then yesterday like we kept fast. So like just remembering Krishna.
Yeah.
I started my day like after the regular puja. I don't do that, but yesterday I recited the whole uh, 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 this Brahmaji's prayers.
Brahma Samhita.
Brahma Samhita, yeah, and it was beautiful. I recited the whole Brahma Samhita during my prayers, and then I couldn't recite the whole Vishnu Sahasranam, but I played it on TV at least to make like listen it. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
And some bhajans, yeah. So that's what. And then we went to the temple in the afternoon. Friends are here, so I didn't wanted to go in the evening.
Yeah.
We went in the afternoon. We had like very beautiful darshanam. I think the decorations were beautiful. As you said, Maharaj was like reading some text from Bhagavad Gita, and very few people were sitting there. But yeah, everybody was busy with darshanam, so it was there. Yeah, I thought like I'll sit, but again my parents were there, so I thought like I'll just come back. So we came back after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Evening was again a little busy. Evening I didn't do much. Again, like in the evening, some puja and that's it. So,
Okay. Yeah. Good. So each one of us are unique in our own way, and that is what Krishna wants. Krishna wants variety. So everyone's experience is different and unique, and this is what Krishna expects. So good. So today, yeah, coming back to Annapurna's question, right? What are the other celebrations today? So the Janmashtami celebrations will continue today. And also today is the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada. Every year. This happens every year. Right after Janmashtami, the very next day is Prabhupada's appearance day. So there will be celebrations in the evening. We will do procession of Srila Prabhupada's deity. We'll carry Srila Prabhupada's deity, the big deity that you see in the temple. We will bring the deity down into the parking lot. First we'll do Arati to Prabhupada, Guru Puja. And then we'll carry Prabhupada's deity on a palanquin. And in the parking lot, we'll go around 3-4 times. And then we'll come on the street and then go back and forth a couple of times on the street, on the sidewalk. We'll do procession on the sidewalk, take back Prabhupada into the main temple hall. We'll do Arati and then Abhishekam. Everybody, whoever is sitting there in the temple hall, they will come in the line, do Abhishekam to Prabhupada's deity, and then there'll be grand feast offering in the grand feast offering to Prabhupada, and then Pushpanjali. In the end, there'll be Pushpanjali followed by Prasada. So it's a nice program in the evening. Please try to come at 6 o'clock if possible. Otherwise, 7 o'clock is also fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Kunal, you shared something? Okay.
Yeah, I found a image of so I thought I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, let me show here. So this is what Kunal shared. 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna appeared to give his message. 500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya appeared to teach Krishna's message. And 129 years ago, Srila Prabhupada appeared to spread Lord Chaitanya's mission all over the world. Yes, very beautiful. So this is how the parampara, Guru parampara continues. The Guru parampara starts with Krishna as Jagat Guru, followed by Brahma, Narada, and so on, Vyasadeva, and so on, all the way to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Madhvacharya, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Of course, before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, there are Goswamis, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and then Prabhupada. And then all the Maharajas who are in ISKCON now. Radhanaswami Maharaj, Harivilas Maharaj, all the various other Maharajas. This is how the Guru Parampara continues. So Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago. Krishna appears in every millennium. In chapter 4, Krishna tells Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yadha yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Krishna tells in these slokas, these two slokas in 4th chapter that we are reading now, where Krishna tells, I appear millennium after millennium. Whenever there is a predominant decline in religion, I appear to kill the miscreants and re-establish the religion, and also to deliver the saintly people. So 3 reasons. Krishna appears in this world in different avatars, in different yugas, and whenever he appears, there are 3 reasons. First reason is to kill the miscreants, to kill the demons, and by doing so, he achieves the second purpose. The second purpose is to re-establish dharma. When the demons are killed, automatically the dharma is re-established. And if needed, Krishna will give message about dharma again, like in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gave a message 5,000 years ago. That is establishing dharma. He gives the principles of dharma. Establishing dharma means he gives the principles of dharma. First he kills the demons, then re-establishes the principles of dharma, and then third purpose is to deliver the saintly people, to give pleasure to the saintly people. Actually, this is the main purpose of Krishna's avatar, to deliver the saintly people, to give pleasure to the saintly people. This is the main reason for Krishna's appearance. To kill the miscreants, Krishna doesn't have to come to the material world. By sitting in Vaikuntha or Goloka, he can simply by his desire, simply by his sankalpa shakti, he can kill the demons. Or he can send one of his associates to kill the demons. He doesn't have to come personally. Like a president of a country, when there is a war with the opposing country, the president would not go in person to fight in the war. He will send the army. But if there is a danger to one of his family members, then he would go personally. Let's say one of his family members is visiting another country, and that family member is in a danger. So the president would go there in person. So this is the main purpose of Krishna's appearance in the material world. Paritranaya sadhunam. Paritranaya sadhunam. Now this word is very beautiful. Paritrana. By the way, before we discuss this, is everyone familiar with these two shlokas? The most popular evergreen shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Let's play this beautiful audio of this shloka.
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्मसंस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे
Okay, so 3 times is a charm for everything. So we do many things 3 times, right? Even in the classes, you see many times when they sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, after all the Mangalacharana prayers, when they sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in most of the classes we see they sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. When we do Pradakshina in the temple, we do Pradakshina 3 times. There are so many things. The number 3 has a significance. Okay, so coming back to this word, Paritranaya. So what's the meaning of this word, Paritranaya? Paritranaya sadhunam. Means to deliver the sadhus. Sadhus means saintly people. Okay? Paritranaya, the word parita. Parita means surrounding. Surrounding in the form of a circle. Like in all directions, basically. Left, right, front, back. So that forms a circle. It's a parita. Parita means a circle. Tranaya means to deliver. So in simple words, paritranaya means to deliver. But if we go deeper and understand the meaning of this word paritranaya, parita means surrounding in all directions. Tranaya, to deliver or to protect. So Krishna comes millennium after millennium to protect his devotees from all directions. If there is a danger on the left side, on the right side, on the front, in the back, he will protect devotees in all directions. Not only that, by embracing the devotees with his 2 arms, he attracts them to come to his abode in the spiritual world. Krishna's main purpose is to come to the material world, perform some leelas, so that we will be attracted to those leelas and will be inspired to go to spiritual world. So this is paritranaya. Krishna's embrace around us in the form of just like a circle. Krishna's embrace around us, around our body, in the form of leelas, in the form of Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, leela. That is what delivers us. That's why it is called paritranaya. Krishna protects and Krishna embraces us in all directions, surrounding us. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So this word parita or paritranaya, you can understand it from the word parikrama, right? Parikram marg. If you go to Vrindavan, you will hear this word parikram marg. I have gone through the parikram marg, they say. There are different parikram margs in Vrindavan. One is the Govardhan parikram marg, where devotees go in a pradakshina around Govardhan Parvat. And then there is Vrajamandal parikram marg, where devotees walk around the entire Vrajabhumi, covering all the 12 forests. Not just Vrindavan. Vrindavan is one of the 12 forests. So Vrajamandal parikrama is covering all the 12 forests of Vrindavan. That takes longer time, much longer time. They start in the morning and then maybe in the evening they will they'll try to finish part of it, and then next few days they'll be continuing. So this word parikrama or pradakshina we will see in many places. When you go to a temple, you do a parikrama around the deity. When you perform a havan, have you seen in the temple? At the end of the havan, what do? All the devotees, they stand up, they do a parikrama around the homam. And then Govardhana parikrama, we talked about it. And then if you see a cow, you do a parikrama around the cow. And there are some cases where children, they make a parikrama or pradakshina around their parents to offer namaskara. We hear this from the story of Ganesha, right?
Ganesha, yes.
Yeah. So there was a competition in the Devata Loka. There was a competition. The competition was to find who is the smartest person. Then no, who is the smartest person, or no, I think who can walk the fast, who can walk fast. So the competition was whoever circumambulates the world maybe 3 times, I think, they are considered to be the most intelligent person, the best person to walk fast, all those things. So many accolades and awards and certificates will be given. So all different devatas, they use their different vehicles and they try to go around the world 3 times. But here is Ganesha. What is his vehicle? Mushika. Mushika Vahana, right? So the Mushika Vahana, if he attempts to do a parikrama of the world 3 times using Mushika Vahana, that can never happen. So then he thought very smartly and intelligently. Then he asked his Mata Pita, Shiva Parvati, to stand in one place. And then he just circumambulated. He did a parikrama 3 times around Mata Pita, Shiva Parvati. And then he was declared, Ganapati was declared to receive the Agra Puja in all the festivals, in all the programs, in all the puja, in all the pujas. Ganesha is to be received the Agra Puja, the first worship. That's why even Prabhupada writes in Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, in that shloka where Prahlad says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, Prahlad gives a list of all the Navavida Bhakti Angas. In that purport, Prabhupada writes, it is an offense to worship Vishnu without first worshipping Ganesha. So where is this coming from? This is coming from that competition in the Devata Loka. So this pradakshina, we see this, parikrama, pradakshina, we see this many times. So what is the significance, by the way? People go to the temple, they take darshan, they take tirtham, some prasadam, some fruit, and then they sit there for 2 minutes, and then they do pradakshina. Or some people, they start with pradakshina, and then they come and stand, they take darshan. Whatever is the order, but we see many people, they do pradakshina around the deities. So what's the reason? So Kunal, you had a question?
Yeah, I have one question, but it is little, I mean, on the same topic, like you're saying there was a competition in Devlok, and we have heard this story about how Ganesha, intelligently took round around his parents. The question I have in my mind is that Devtas are also part of uh, that cycle of life. So is Ganesha is also post or part of that cycle of life, or uh, they are constant as like other Bhagwans, right? Like Shiv, Vishnu,
Yeah.
or they are like Indra or other Devtas where it's a post and people travel through.
So Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, there are two identities for them. One in the spiritual world, one in the material world. In the Devaloka, Ganesha, it's a post. Whereas in the spiritual world, it's an eternal position. He is eternally the son of Sadashiva. Okay. Whereas in the material world, to perform some leelas, it's a post. Yeah. So going back to this, right? The pradakshina. Yeah. So when people go to the temple and do pradakshina or do a parikrama, what is the significance of it? Shamala, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Wow, it's 12:15 in India.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Night 12:15. Good. You are still in the Janmashtami celebration mode.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah,
Very good.
always Krishna's mercy, Prabhuji. I'm very eager waiting to attend all of our classes, but still I am because I'm in India and no internet connection, so
Yeah,
I'm missing Prabhuji.
yeah, yeah. I know,
Yeah,
especially when you're traveling, right? You will
yes,
not have
Prabhuji.
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy I'm able to attend at least this class today. I saw morning message that evening class also cancelled. So I thought,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So any comments on that? Why do people do pradakshina in the temple?
Actually, I heard. Okay, carry on, Mataji.
You tell Shamla.
Um, Actually, I heard Prabhuji like one time in one pravachanam, I heard like Prabhuji, Guru Garu is saying like pradakshina means not like doing or running or counting the steps or something.
Mm-hmm.
It is like we are giving our heart, our mind, our soul. We are dedicating to God,
Mm.
Lord. All the concentration on the God,
Yeah.
not like how many pradakshinas what we are doing, like how much concentration we are keeping.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a beautiful point. Okay, that's one of the reasons, and I'll explain why that is so significant. Anything else?
Maybe I can guess, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Maybe I think any dhams or deities effulgence is all around 360 degree. Probably we want to just go around and make sure like we get around and yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Annapurna?
For me, I feel God is the center of attraction and we are revolving. We have to only see God, nothing else. I feel like logically, I thought nothing else, and we have just in the right direction. The sun is going also right direction. And give light, energy, something like that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful point. Okay, anyone else?
Is it because of the parampara, like Ganesh Bhagwan did parikrama 3 times to because he demonstrated that his parents were the center of his devotion, and I think that is the parampara which might have followed through generations and through gurus and acharyas, and we are doing the same thing. When we are offering a puja, when we are doing something, we do a parikrama 3 round just to follow Ganpati's style.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah, that's also another good point. Kranti, మీరేం చెప్తారా?
Prabhuji, I'm thinking like Earth is like a globe, like a circle. So if we like, maybe that's the reason we revolve like in a circle we do, but I don't know why 3 times.
Okay. Yeah. So, as Annapurna and Kunal also said, right? The purpose of doing this pradakshina or going in a parikrama marg around the deity in the temple is to indicate that God should be the center of our life. Whatever we are doing, God should be the center of our life. This process of bhakti is so simple that we don't have to change what we are doing. We don't have to change our position, our place, circumstances. So whatever we are doing, wherever we are, all we have to do is just bring Krishna and keep Krishna in the center of our life. Everything that we do, we should do as a service to the Lord. This is the principle of Karma Yoga, which we discussed in 3rd chapter and now 4th chapter also. And we will continue discussing this in 5th chapter. So these 3 chapters, chapter 3, 4, 5, the focal point of these 3 chapters is Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga. And in the last class, if you all remember, we had that class, I think 2 weeks ago. We talked about action and inaction. Action and inaction. Okay? Karma, sakarma, and then akarma. So how doing some activity is also not doing an activity. When you do devotional service, which is an activity, it is considered as akarma, inaction. It is as good as you are not performing any action. So this is the principle of akarma, devotional service. You don't expect any result from your work, but you are working for the satisfaction of the Lord. So when you keep Krishna as the center of your life, then everything will be harmonized properly. There'll be proper harmony in the society. There'll be harmony in the family. There'll be harmony in the society. Everybody will be happy. So when we do pradakshina, this is to reinforce our faith that Krishna should be the center of our life. That is one reason. And Rupa Goswami himself, he explains in Hari Bhakti Vilasa. In Hari Bhakti Vilasa, Rupa Goswami describes the different methods of worshipping God, different principles of Bhakti Yoga, different methods of worshipping God. You might have heard different methods like Pancharatra Vidhi, Vaikanasa Vidhi, all these different methods of worship, right? Throughout ISKCON, we follow Pancharatra Vidhi, Narada Pancharatra Vidhi, to worship the deities. The pujaris, the way they worship the deities, this is called Narada Pancharatra Vidhi. Okay. And then there is another Vidhi called Vaikanasa method that is followed in Tirupati. Okay. If you go to Tirupati temple, the pujaris there, they follow Vaikanasa method of worship. So this was actually originally given by Vasudev himself, but Rupa Goswami, he made it very simple and compiled a small book called Hari Bhakti Vilasa. So in that, Rupa Goswami gives a list of 64 principles of bhakti. As a sadhaka, what are the different things that we should do on a daily basis, on a regular basis? There are some things that we have to do on a daily basis, some things that you have to do occasionally, like visiting dhams, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Ayodhya, Mathura, Dwaraka, different dhams that we cannot do every day. So occasionally you do that. But there are many things that you have to do on a daily basis. So out of the 64 principles listed by Rupa Goswami in that book, Hari Bhakti Vilasa, one of the principles is doing pradakshina in the temple 3 times. Whenever you go to the temple, you do pradakshina around the deities 3 times. Sometimes we see people doing pradakshina 108 times, many number of times. That's not required. So they are just catching up with their footsteps. So that Apple Health will give 10,000 steps for today. So that's not needed. So 3 times is enough, and then you sit down. If you want to spend more time in the temple, you sit down, you chant more, or you read more, you hear some katha, or you just simply look at the beautiful deity Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. So it is mentioned that if we circumambulate around the deities, around the deity of Vishnu, Krishna, Vishnu, Rama, and so on, the benefit is we will not have to circumambulate this repeated cycle of birth and death. If we do pradakshina around the deity of Vishnu, we don't have to do a pradakshina of this Bhavasagara, repeated cycle of birth and death. That's the benefit mentioned in the same book, Hari Bhakti Vilasa. And some people, they also consider that it is to absorb the energy, because the sanctum sanctorium or the garbha griha in any temple is where the deity is there, right? That is where a lot of energy is attracted because of all the mantrocharana done by the pujaris, and then different devotees coming and taking darshan. Because of all this, definitely the deity catches lot of attraction. So Some people believe that by doing a pradakshina around the deity, they absorb some of that energy. That is also true. But most importantly, the principle is to keep Krishna as the center of our life. And when we are talking about circle, right? When we do a pradakshina, it's like a circle, right? So in circle, what are the two important elements of a circle? Math students, what are the two important elements of a circle?
Radius,
Radius and center
Diameter.
etc.
Yeah.
There is center,
and radius.
there is radius.
Radius.
What are
And then
the two visible things that you see in a circle?
circumference, the round.
Circumference and then the center.
Yeah.
Center, even though there is you can't see physically, but whenever we look at a circle, we just imagine the center, right? Only then the circle makes sense. There is a circumference and then center. So God is in the center of that circle, of that parikrama marg, and then all the devotees who are doing pradakshina in the parikrama marg around the circumference. The feature of a circle is every point of the circumference is in equidistant from the center, right? Every point on the circumference is in equidistant from the center, without any deviation, without any exception. You take any point from the circumference, every point is in equidistant. So that means if God is the center of that circle and the devotees are on the circumference doing a pradakshina, God's mercy is equal to everyone around the circumference. It's not partial. God's mercy is equal to everyone around that circumference. It is only we don't feel that mercy, we don't feel that connection with God, but God's mercy is always there. Some people say, I will come to the temple when Krishna calls me. These are the most funny things. Before coming to ISKCON, they made perfect sense. They made perfect sense. We thought that is really true. Even we used to say, right? We ourselves used to say that. But after hearing Shastra, after coming to ISKCON, attending classes, and after reading Shastra, after reading Prabhupada books, that doesn't make sense. Krishna is always calling. Krishna is eagerly waiting for us. So Krishna's mercy is always flowing equally to everyone. So these are, and also when we are walking in a pradakshina or in a parikrama marga, we engage our body, mind and action. Body, mind and words. Manasa, vacha, karmana. All these three things. We engage all these three things. When you are walking, your bodily limbs are engaged. And you are constantly chanting some mantras. Right? You're constantly chanting some mantras. And also, so that is vachasa. Chanting mantras, some prayers is mantras. And walking is karmana. And manasa, in your mind also you are thinking about the beautiful form of the Lord. When you go around the pradakshina and come to the front of the deities, you will take darshan and then again you continue doing pradakshina, right? And while doing that, that image of the deity, that beautiful form of the deity is in your mind. So manasa, vachasa, karmana. All these three things, just like how Shamala mentioned, right? She just left. So just like she mentioned, we engage all these three things when we are doing pradakshina. And also, as Kulshekar Alvar tells in Mukundamala Stotra, how to engage all of our senses in bhakti. In that beautiful shloka, Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaje sridharam पाणिद्वन्द्व समर्चयाच्युतकथा श्रोत्रद्वयत्वं शृणु कृष्णं लोकयलोचनद्वय हरेर्गच्छाङ्घ्रियुग्मालयम् जिग्रग्राणमुकुन्दपादतुलसीं मूर्धन्यमाधोक्षजम्. In this shloka, Kulshekar Alvar explains how to engage different senses in bhakti. When we are doing pradakshina around the deity, we engage all our senses in bhakti. So, Jihve Kirtaya. The first one is, okay, let me show this shloka so that you can understand what I'm saying here.
Prabhu, maybe I missed that. What is the significance of number 3, like the 3 rounds?
Oh, like 3 rounds?
Yeah.
So there could be some deeper meaning to it, but what I know about number 3 is Krishna is, whatever Krishna does, it's always it's always around the number 3, like 3 modes of material nature. And 3 planetary systems. Okay. And 3 different energies of Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, for 3 different purposes: creation, maintenance, and annihilation. What are the other 3?
No, not in general, Prabhu. I'm asking the 3 parikrama we do, right? We do.
Yeah.
Is it to cross all the 3 creations, like Patal and Swarga and this, and go beyond that, or?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I have to do some research. What's the significance of three pradakshinas? Maybe what you're saying also makes sense, but I'm thinking this number 3 has a deeper meaning, because we see this number 3 everywhere.
Yeah, that I agree. I got so many examples are there. Like we see 3.
Yeah.
Even Bhagwan's Tribhang, like the ones of the Bhagwan's posture is like he's like in twisted.
Yeah. Bending in three places. Bending in 3 places. Yeah. Trying to find this shloka in my slides. Wow. How come we missed this slide? Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I have it here. So this is a beautiful sloka, which I spoke in the Art of Tolerance class. Jihve, the first one is Jihve Kirtaya. O tongue, please chant the glories of the Lord, Lord Keshava. So when we are doing pradakshina, we constantly sing some mantras, some prayers, right? And then Cheto Bhaje Sridharam. O mind, worship the enemy of Mura. So in the mind, we're constantly thinking about the beautiful form of the deity when we are going around the parikrama marg. Pani dvandva samarchaya. Okay, always with your folded hands, always offer namaskara, pranam to the Lord. And that's what we do. When we are doing pradakshina, we always fold our hands and offer pranam. That is Pani dvandva samarchaya. Achyuta kata shrotra dvayatvam shrunu. The ears should constantly hear the glories of the Lord. It can be some Krishna Katha, some name, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, anything related to Krishna. And that is what happens when we are doing pradakshina. Either we hear our own chanting of the prayers and mantras, or if the pujari is doing something on the altar, we hear that. Or if there is some pravachan going on, we hear that. And the next line, Krishnam Lokaya Lochana. Krishnam Lokaya Lochana Dvaya. O eyes, always see the beautiful form of the Lord. And that is what happens when we do pradakshina. When we come to the front of the deities in the parikram marg, you look at the beautiful form of the deity and then you continue in the pradakshina. That is Krishnam Lokaya Lochana Dvaya. Harer Gachangri Yugmalayam. Angri means feet or legs. Gacha means to go, to walk. Yugmalayam. Yugma is two. Or two legs or 2 feet. Go to the temple of Hari. Or go around the temple of Hari. Sometimes we see people doing pradakshina in the compound, in the parking lot, in the compound wall in India. Not in the pradakshina marg right behind the deity, because in some temples there is no such facility. Right behind the deity there is no parikram marg. So that's why they go around the temple building or in the parking lot, compound wall. Next line, Jigra Grana Mukunda Pada Tulasim. O nose, always smell the tulasi leaf that is offered at the feet of Mukunda. And when we are doing pradakshina, we smell incense sticks, we smell different flowers that are offered to the Lord, including tulasi. We smell so many things. And Murdan Namadojoksham. O head, always bow down to that Adokshaja. And some people, while doing pradakshina, during every round, they bow down and then they get up and then they continue in pradakshina marga. Or some people we see that they are doing pradakshina by completely doing sashtanga namaskara and then doing pradakshina around the temple. It's called anga pradakshina. Anga pradakshina. So that is not just walking. You completely fall down on the ground and then go around the deity and do pradakshina, anga pradakshina. So whatever different methods are there, this process of pradakshina has very significance. If we keep Krishna as the center by doing this pradakshina or parikrama, Krishna will do paritranaya sadhunam. Krishna will do paritranaya sadhunam. So both words are similar, paritrana and parikrama. Our job is...
One question, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
In the meaning of the sloka, it mentioned that worship the enemy of Mura. What does it mean?
Mura is the name of a demon.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Krishna killed that demon by the name Mura. That's why he got the name Murari. Murari is the name of Krishna. Mura plus Ari. Mura is the name of the demon. Ari means
Enemy.
enemy, or
Got it.
Ari also is to kill. One who has killed Mura is Murari. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful thing. We started with Paritranaya, discussing the reason for Krishna's appearance. Because Janmashtami day, Krishna appeared. And Krishna tells in this 4th chapter why he appears. Paritranaya sadhuna. So if we do parikrama, and when we say parikrama, it doesn't have to be the physical parikrama in the temple, right? Now today we understood the deeper meaning of parikrama, right? The deeper meaning of parikrama is to keep Krishna in the center in our life. Whatever we do, whether you are a software engineer, teacher, or anything, whatever you do, you keep Krishna as the center, and that is parikrama. That is pradakshina. You don't even need to go to temple. If we keep Krishna in the center and doing everything that you do in your life is revolving around Krishna, that is the best parikrama. That is the best pradakshina. So if we do this parikrama, Krishna will do paritrana. So always you remember this. Whenever you hear this shloka, paritranaya sadhunam, you remember parikrama. And if you hear about parikrama, you remember paritranaya sadhunam. So, yeah, this should be our mood. So on this auspicious day of Janmashtami and Prabhupada's appearance day, let's recite the shlokas from 4th chapter, and then maybe we can discuss 1 or 2 shlokas as time permits. Okay. Let me open the Veda base. Hare Krishna, Mahi.
Hare Krishna, Srinivas.
Yeah. You joined late?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. One sec. So when I'm sharing the screen and on Zoom, how do I change the view so that I can display the the screen sharing as well as the participants. Looking at this thing here, maybe when I share the screen, then you can tell me. So here, view.
So Prabhu, your participant will be a different window, right? You can check from there. It doesn't have to be on the same window. So if you open the Zoom app,
Okay.
interesting.
Zoom settings.
No, like for me, if I open the Zoom app, I can see the participants. We can tell if that helps, Prabhu.
Okay, so how do you change the settings there?
Do you see a participant in the window?
Upper right corner, right?
Like, I mean, in Windows device, it is in below, there's a participant.
Yeah.
So Apple, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, no, participants. I see participants also here.
So when you share, you will
Yeah.
still have that ribbon in the bottom of participant. You can click on that.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. But I see only two options, invite and copy invite link.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, I'll figure this out later for the next session. Okay. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Shri Bhagavan.
Shri Bhagavan
Bhagavanuvacha
Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavvyayam
Imam
Imam
vivasvate
vivastave yogam
yogam proktavam
proktavanam
aham
aham
avyayam
avyayam.
Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvakave Bravit
Vivasvan
Vasvan manave
manave
praha
praha manur
manurikshvake brave.
iksavakave bravit.
Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarshayo Vidu
Evam
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 parampara
parampara
praptam
Rajar
praptam
imam
imam
rasharasya vidu.
rasharayo vidu.
Akale Neha Mahata Yoga Nashta Parantapa
Sakale
Sakala neha
Sakalaneha
mahata
mahata
yogo
yoga
Nasta
nasashta
nasta
parantapa.
parantapa.
Aevayam Maya Tedhya Yoga Prokta Puratanaha
Eva
Aevayam
Saevayam maya
mayate tya
tedya
yoga
yoga
prokta
prokta
puratana.
purantanaha.
Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam
Bhaktosi me
Bhaktosi
Bhaktosi
me
me
sakasheti
sakacheti
rahasyam
sakacheti
rahasyam
he
rasyam
he
etaduttamam.
etaduttamam.
Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna
Arjuna
uvacha
uvacha
Aparam Bhavato Janma Param Janma Vivasvataha
Aparam
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 Param
bhavato
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 janma
janma
param
janma
paranjanma
janma
vivasvata.
vivasvata.
Katametad Vijaniyam Tvamādhau Proktavaniti
Katam
Katametad
etad
vijaniyam
vaishalyam
tvam adau
tvamado praktuvaniti.
praktovantiti.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Shri
Shri Bhagavan uvacha
Bhagavanuvacha
Bhūni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna
Bahuni
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 me
me
vyatitani
vyatitani
janmani tava
janmani tava
charjuna.
charujuna.
Nānyaham veda sarvāni natvam veta parantapa
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि नाहं वेद परन्तप
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन्
अजोऽपि सन् अव्ययात्मा भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन्
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया
प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
व्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम्
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम्
धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे
धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम् इति सोऽर्जुन
वीतरागभयक्रोधा मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः
वीतरागभयक्रोधा मया मामुपाश्रिता
बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः
बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूतमद्भवमागताः
ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम्
ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम्
मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः
मम
वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः
काङ्क्षन्त कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्ता इह देवताः
काङ्क्षन्तं कर्मणां सिद्धि यजन्ता इह देवताः
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्
तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्य कर्तारमव्ययम्
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा
न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा
इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न स बध्यते
इति मां योऽभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न सप्यते
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतम्
कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतम्
किं कर्म किमकर्मेति कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः
किं कर्मयोऽकर्मेति कवयोऽप्यत्र मोहिताः
तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्
तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
कर्मणो ह्यपि बोध्यन्ते बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहना कर्मणो गतिः
अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं
घनकर्मणो
घनकर्मणो
गतिः
गतिः
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येद कर्मणि च कर्म यः
कर्मण्येकर्म यः
पश्ये
पश्येत्
अकर्मणि च
अकर्मणि च
कर्मया
कर्म यः
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्ता कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्
सबुद्धिमान्
सबुद्धिमान्
मनुष्येषु
मनुष्येषु
सयुक्ता
सयुक्ता
कृष्णकर्म
कृष्णकर्मकृत्
यस्य सर्वे समारम्भा कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
यस्य सर्वे
यस्य सर्वे
समारम्भा
समारम्भा
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः
कामसङ्कल्पवर्जितः
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां
ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणां
तमाहुः
तमहो
पण्डितं
पण्डितं
बुधाः
बुधः
त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः
त्यक्त्वा
त्यक्त्वा
कर्मफलासङ्गं
कर्मफलासङ्गं
नित्यतृप्तो
नित्यतृप्तो
निराश्रयः
निराश्रयः
कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
कर्मण्येऽभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि
कर्मण्येऽभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि
नैव
नैव
किञ्चित्
किञ्चित्
करोति सः
करोति सः
निराशीर्यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः
निराशीर्यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः
त्यक्तसर्वपरिग्रहः
शारीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
शारीरं
शरीरं
केवलं
केवलं
कर्म
कर्म
कुर्वन्नाप्नोति
कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्
किल्बिषम्
यादृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सरः
यादृशालाभसन्तुष्टो
यादृशालाभसन्तुष्टो
द्वन्द्वातीतो
द्वन्द्वातीतो
विमत्सरः
समासिद्धौ असिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते
समसिद्धौ
समसिद्धौ
असिद्धौ च
चापि
कृत्वापि न
न
निबध्यते
निबध्यते
गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः
गतसङ्गस्य
गतसङ्गस्य
मुक्तस्य
मुक्तस्य
ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसा
ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः
यज्ञायाचरत कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते
यज्ञायाचरत
यज्ञायाचरता
कर्म
कर्म समग्रं
समग्रं
प्रविलीयते
प्रविलीयते
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महवेर्ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम्
ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्म हवि ब्रह्मग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहतम्
ब्रह्माहुतम्
ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना
ब्रह्मैव
ब्रह्मैव
तेन
तेन
गन्तव्यं
गन्तव्यं
ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
कर्म
कर्म
समाधिना
समाधिना
दैवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिना पर्युपासते
दैवमेवापरे
दैवमेवापरे
यज्ञं
यज्ञं
योगिना
योगिनः पर्युपसते
पर्युपसते
ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति
ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे
ब्रह्माग्नोऽपरे
यज्ञं
यज्ञं
यज्ञैव उपजुह्वति
यज्ञैवोपजुह्वति
श्रोत्राणीन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति
इन्द्रियाण्ये
श्रोत्राणीन्द्रियाण्यन्ये
संयमग्निषु
संयमाग्निषु
जुह्वति
जुह्वति
शब्दादीन् विषयानन्या इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति
शब्दादीन्
शब्दादीन्
विषयाण्यन्या
विषयानन्या
इन्द्रियाग्निषु
इन्द्रियाग्निषु
जुह्वति
जुह्वति
सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि चापरे
सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि
सर्वाणीन्द्रियकर्माणि
प्राणकर्माणि
प्राणकर्माणि
चापरे
चापरे
आत्मसंयम्य योगाग्नौ जुह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते
आत्मसंयम्य
आत्मसंयम्य
योगानौ
ज्ञानौ
जुह्वति
जुह्वति
ज्ञानदीपिते
ज्ञानदीपिते
द्रव्ययज्ञास्तपो यज्ञा योगयज्ञास्तथा परे
द्रव्ययज्ञायतोपस्य योगयज्ञस्य
योगयज्ञस्य
तात्परे
तात्परे
स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञाश्च यतया संशितव्रताः
स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञश्च
स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञश्च
यतया
यतः
संसिता व्रता
व्रतः
अपाने जुह्वति प्राणं प्राणे पानं तदा परे
पाप्ने
अपाने
जुह्वति
जुह्वति
प्राणं
प्राणानि
प्राणे
पाने
पानं
पानं
तात्परे
तातपरे
प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः
प्राणायामपरायणा
प्राणायामपरायणः
अपरे नियताहाराः प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति
अपरे
अपरे
नियताहारा
नियताहारा
प्राणेषु
प्राणेषु
जुह्वति
जुह्वति
सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञविदो यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः
सर्वेऽप्येते यज्ञविदो यज्ञकपितो कल्मषः
यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजो यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजो यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम्
अयं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य कुतोऽन्यः कुरु सत्तमा
नायं लोकोऽस्ति यज्ञस्य कुतो नाय कुरु सतमा
एवं बहुविधा यज्ञा वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे
एवं बहुविध यज्ञा विततो ब्रह्मणो मुखे
कर्मजान् विद्दितान् सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे
कर्मजान् विदितं सर्वम् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे
श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयाद्यज्ञा ज्ञानयज्ञा परन्तपा
श्रेयान् द्रव्यमया ज्ञानयज्ञा परन्तपा
सर्वं कर्माखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते
सर्वं कर्मखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसम्प्यते
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रासेन सेवया
उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः
उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव
यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यशसि पाण्डव
येन भूतान्यशेषानि द्रक्ष्यस्यात्मन्यतो मयि
येन भूतान्यशेषानि द्रक्ष्य आत्मन्यो अतो मयि
अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः
अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः
सर्वं ज्ञानप्लवेनैव वृजिनं सन्तरिष्यसि
सर्वं ज्ञानफलेनैव वृषणं सन्तरिष्यसि
तैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निर्भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
यतो धर्मसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
अनाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्ध कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्ध कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
श्रद्धवान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परा संयतेन्द्रियः
श्रद्धोवलभते ज्ञानं तत्परा संयतेन्द्रियः
ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति
ज्ञानं लब्धौ परं शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति
अज्ञश्चाश्रद्धदानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति
अज्ञश्चाश्रद्धदानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति
नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः
नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः
योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणं ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम्
योगसन्न्यस्तकर्माणं ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम्
आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय
आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय
तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्स्थं ज्ञानाशिनात्मनः
तस्माज्ञानसम्भूतं हृष्टं ज्ञानासिनात्मना
वैनं संशयं योगम् आत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत.
चित्वैनं
चित्वैनं
संशयं
समस्या
योगम्
योगम्
अत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत.
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे
Krishna
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ज्ञानकर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम चतुर्थोऽध्यायः. Okay. So Namakirti must be thinking, oh, it's 12:30 and they are just reciting shlokas, so I am not late. Right, Namakirti?
Yes, Prabhu.
No, today we did 1 hour discussion first and then recited shlokas.
Oh,
So don't think you are on you joined right time.
okay.
You are late.
Okay.
But it's good to join, no matter whether you are late or not late.
Mm.
Good to join. Okay, so we will discuss 1 or 2 shlokas. I think last week we stopped at action, inaction, karmano hyapi bodhavyam. We discussed that. Karmanya karmaya pashet, akarmani cha karmayah, sabuddhiman manushyesu. Did we discuss this? 18th. This one, did we discuss
We
it?
discussed 18, 19, 20, Prabhuji.
Oh, we discussed
Yes, 20.
20
Yeah.
also. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः. Abandoning all attachment to the result of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. So in all these shlokas in this section, starting from 4.15 onwards, Krishna explains 2 different things. One is the loss of karma. The second thing is what are the different types of karma. Karma, vikarma, akarma. So basically action and inaction. Action is anything that you do and that has some opposite reaction. If you do a good thing, there is a equal amount of good reaction. If you do some bad thing, papa karma, there is an equal amount of sinful reaction. So every action has a equal amount of reaction. But inaction or akarma is that activity, even though you perform an activity, there is no reaction. It's considered as good as not performing that action actually. So all our devotional services, the bhakti sadhana, it is akarma. We are chanting, we are going to the temple, we are performing some seva in the temple, we are reading shastra. This is all akarma. Even though we are actually doing some physical work, some mental work, but still it doesn't keep us entangled in the material world. It's not binding to the material world. So it is inaction. It's as good as we are not performing any action, because there is no reaction. That's why it is as good as performing no action at all. So let's see what is there in 4.21.
Prabhuji, one quick question.
Yeah.
In action, you're saying right now, today we cannot, we are doing the office work also. Then at the end of the day, when we are doing Krishna Arpanamastu, that is also in action, Prabhuji?
The not exactly.
Okay.
That is not bhakti. Okay. At the end of the day, when we are saying Krishna Arpanamastu, it is not bhakti, but it is nishkama karma yoga. You are offering the result of your work to God, which is nishkama karma yoga. But what is bhakti? Bhakti is doing what pleases Krishna. Doing what pleases Krishna. So Krishna does not want us to work in software field. Krishna wants us to do bhakti full time. Do bhakti full time. And then there are many great people who have done bhakti full time.
Prabhuji, when we say I heard like the last class, four Purushat are there: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Artha, we have to, for Dharma, we have to earn in the income, right, Prabhuji? Artha means money.
Money.
So money, when we take that up money for the God's purpose, then it is not like a devotion, Prabhuji. Like building something like that. So we are investing that money for that purpose, and that intention is the mind. For just our money can be helpful in the contribution in the service of the God. In that way, if we think that that is not devotion, that is not inaction, Prabhuji.
Yeah, no, that is inaction. If you are earning some money and then utilizing it
portion of
to build a temple or something, yes, that is inaction. That is devotional service. That's devotional service.
Thank you, Professor.
But if we are simply doing our software job, at the end of the day we are saying Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu, that's not necessarily bhakti, but it is nishkama karma yoga. At least you are not too attached to the result. You're not too attached to the result of your work, nishkama karma yoga. But bhakti is one level higher. Bhakti is Krishna wants us to build temples. Krishna wants us to propagate his message. If we do that, yes, then that is in action. So if you are using part of your money from the income and building a temple, yes, that pleases Krishna. That is bhakti.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so this sloka 4.21. By the way, did we read the acronym for this chapter? Every chapter has acronyms, right? Did we ever read acronym for this chapter?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Okay, so then maybe it's time to read. So let me...
The last one was the tree that we read. That was
the third chapter. Yeah, third chapter. Okay, so let's read the acronym so that we understand the flow of this chapter, and also we remember. Using the acronym, we can easily remember the flow and the discussion in the chapter. So this is the acronym for fourth chapter, ears, because it's transcendental knowledge and we have to hear the knowledge using our ears. Okay, transcendental knowledge. So all of us, we can take turns and read this. So Kunal, you want to start?
start from the paragraph?
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is known as Shruti, that which is heard. In bygone ages, people would hear such knowledge, remember it, assimilate it, and perfectly communicate it to the next person without any adulteration. Chapter 4 is entitled Transcendental Knowledge, for it is this knowledge which outlines how one can establish their divine connection with God. The famous Vedic aphorism thus encourages aim to see God through the ears rather than the eyes. So, ears stand for E, eternal education, A, accurate understanding, R, removing reactions, and S for sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Okay. Okay. Next, Praveen, can you read this paragraph E?
You reduce the volume.
Sure, Prabhuji. Eternal education, verses 1 to 10. Just as every gadget comes with an instruction manual, this entire universe comes with guidelines which enlighten one about its purpose and function. Such a guidelines are found in the ancient scriptures, which contains knowledge of divine origin imparted at the time of creation. Krishna explains how this eternal education system was originally set up by him. This system perpetuates in the universe through qualified and saintly persons who impart spiritual knowledge to the masses in a dynamic, relevant, and practical way. Thus, the material creation is essentially university wherein we rediscover our relationship with God. As the creator and maintainer, Krishna periodically appears in the world to re-inject spirituality, remove materialistic influences, and ensure the smooth functioning of the universe.
Yeah. So, if you all remember the discussion of these shlokas from verses 1 to 10, beginning of this chapter, Krishna explained the history of Bhagavad Gita, how and when Krishna spoke Gita for the first time. That was some millions of years ago. Krishna spoke to sun god Vivaswan, and then it was passed down to generations afterwards. But in between, this cycle of succession was broken. And then Krishna re-established this lineage 5,000 years ago when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. That is when Krishna restored this parampara. Okay. Next, alphabet A. Kranti, you're still there?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So can you read this paragraph?
Yeah. Accurate understanding verses 11 to 15. Most people know something about religion and something about God, but their understanding can often be quite hazy and confused. However, when transcendental knowledge is received through the eternal education system, one gains an accurate understanding. In the verses, Krishna clears up three common misunderstandings of Eastern spirituality. Verse 11 addresses the misconception that all spiritual paths lead to the same destination. Krishna explains that while there is unity in diversity, there are also different gradations of spiritual elevation. Verse 12 addresses the misconception that Eastern scriptures talk of polytheism and the worship of many gods. Krishna re emphasizes the monotheistic stance that there is only one God. Verse 13 addresses the concern that the caste system is unfair and exploitative. Krishna outlines the true criteria and purpose of such classification.
Classification. Yeah. So here in this section, accurate understanding, Krishna clears some misconceptions that are there in the society. So it starts with, this section starts with ye yada mam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashah. So I reciprocate in accordance with how my devotees worship. If devotees worship Krishna as Bhagavan, Krishna reciprocates in that way. If devotees worship Krishna with Aishwarya Bhav or Madhurya Bhav or Vatsalya, Sakhya, Dasya, Krishna reciprocates in that way. And if some yogis worship Krishna through meditation, meditating on the Paramatma, Krishna reciprocates in that way. And if Jnana yogis, they worship Krishna's impersonal form, impersonal feature, then Krishna reciprocates in that way. That is the Brahman feature of Krishna. And if some people, they worship demigods, devatas, Krishna reciprocates in that way. So like that, Krishna reciprocates to different devotees in different ways. And Krishna also, in this section, Krishna also explains Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam, the classification of 4 varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Krishna said, I created this system of 4 varnas based on guna and karma, qualities and action, what you are inclined to do and what your qualities are, and not based on caste. This is a misconception in the society, right? If a person is born in Brahmana family, he is automatically a Brahmana. So that is a misconception. That's why this section is called Accurate Understanding. Krishna clears out all misconceptions and gives the correct understanding. Okay, next paragraph R. Okay, Namakirti, you want to read this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Removing reactions while transcendental knowledge helps one to clear up philosophical doubts. It also helps one to clear up their karmic bank balance. Karma is a universal law of nature. For every action, there is an equal opposite reaction. While bad karma is obviously undesirable, Krishna further explains that even good karma should be avoided, since it also binds one to material existence. Beyond good and bad or activities performed on the spiritual level, that is action which yields no reaction and ultimately frees up one from the anxieties and entanglements of this world. Such actions is known as akarma.
So yeah, as we just discussed before we started reading this acronym page, that in this section Krishna describes the laws of karma and the different types of karma: sakarma, vikarma, akarma. Okay, next, the final section, S for sacrifice. Okay, Abhishek, you want to read this?
One second. Sacrifice, verses 25 to 42. In order to acquire, understand, and realize transcendental knowledge, one must make a sacrifice. While material knowledge is dependent on caliber, spiritual knowledge is dependent upon character. Sacrifices help refine one's character so they become eligible to achieve this knowledge. One of the biggest sacrifices is to relinquish one's pride by humbly submitting oneself before the bona fide Guru. By faithful service and sincere inquiry within such a relationship, the heart becomes fertile ground for spiritual knowledge to blossom.
So, because this chapter is all about transcendental knowledge, so this last chapter, last section, from verses 25 to 42, Krishna explains what is the process to acquire that knowledge. That process is approaching a spiritual master asking questions with humility, and then rendering some service. Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So in that shloka, in this section, Krishna explains how one must approach a guru, render some service, and ask submissively, and learn this knowledge, learn this transcendental knowledge. Okay. So now we will discuss this one shloka, 4.21, and then we can end after that a few minutes. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka number 21. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
श्रीभगवानुवाच
nirāśīr yata-cittātmā tyakta-sarva-parigrahaḥ
yata-cittātmā
Nirāśīr
tyakta-sarva-parigrahaḥ
śārīraṁ kevalaṁ karma kurvan nāpnoti kilbiṣam.
śārīraṁ kevalaṁ karma kurvan nāpnoti kilbiṣam.
Nirāśīr, without desire for the result. Yata, controlled. Cittātmā, mind and intelligence. Tyakta, giving up. Sarva, all. Parigrahaḥ, sense of proprietorship over possessions. Śārīraṁ, in keeping body and soul together. Kevalaṁ, only. Karma, work. Kurvan, by doing. Na, never. Apnoti, does acquire. Kilbiṣam, sinful reactions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Or maybe somebody else can read it. Who else missed? So Mahi, you want to read?
Yes.
Okay, let me share. Yeah.
A translation. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reactions. Purport. A Krishna conscious person does not expect good or bad results in his activities. His mind and intelligence are fully controlled. He knows that because he is part and parcel of the Supreme, the part played by him as a part and parcel of whole is not his own activity, but is only being done through him by the Supreme. When the hand moves, it does not move out of its own accord, but by the endeavor of the whole body. A Krishna conscious person is always dovetailed with the supreme desire, for he has no desire for personal sense gratification. He moves exactly like a part of the machine, as a machine part requires oiling and cleaning for maintenance. So Krishna conscious man maintains himself by his work just to remain fit for action in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He is therefore immune to all the reactions of his endeavors. Like an animal, he has no proprietorship even over his own body. A cruel proprietor of an animal sometimes kills the animal in his possession, yet the animal does not protest, nor does it have any real independence. A Krishna conscious person, fully engaged in self-realization, has very little time to falsely possess any material object. For maintaining body and soul, he does not require unfair means of accumulating money. He does not, therefore, become contaminated by such material sins. He is free from all reactions to his actions.
Yeah. Okay. So here in this shloka, Krishna is explaining that a person who is in knowledge of what is action and what is inaction. such a man of understanding means a man who has the knowledge of what is action and what is inaction, which Krishna explained in the previous shlokas. So with that understanding, with that knowledge in mind, a person acts with mind and intelligence, perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reactions. So a person who has this knowledge of action and inaction, the karma, akarma, vikarma, and the laws of karma, the intricacies of action, we discussed all these things in the previous shlokas, right? Starting from 4.15 to 4.20. In these 6 shlokas, we discussed so many details about karma, laws of karma, intricacies of karma. The intricacies of karma are very hard to understand. That's why Krishna recommends to focus on akarma, devotional service, so that we're always playing a safe game. There's no reaction for what we are doing. Ideally, we should be doing devotional service full time. But since we are in the material world and we are not purified yet, we are a sadhaka. So we are trying to progress on the path of bhakti, and we have to maintain our body with our own efforts. Our own efforts means by performing some material occupation. So we continue to do that, but whatever we do, we keep Krishna in the center and we work in the nishkama karma mode, so that we don't become entangled by the reactions of our work. And in the purport here, in this shloka 4.21, Srila Prabhupada explains that we should become an instrument in the hands of Krishna. See, Krishna, with his sankalpa shakti, he can achieve anything. He can make anything happen simply by sitting wherever he is. He can make anything happen. He doesn't need anyone's help. Simply by his breathing, unlimited number of Brahmandas are created. Krishna did not ask anybody's help for that. Or Vishnu did not ask anybody's help for that. So simply by his sankalpa shakti, in the Vedas it is mentioned how the Lord creates this universe. Sa aikshataha. It is mentioned in the Vedas. Sa aikshataha. This is a Brahma Sutra, like Atato Brahma Jignasa, like that. These are some coded principles, sutras. So it is mentioned Sa aikshataha. That means simply by looking, simply by glancing, Krishna can create Brahmandas. So Mahavishnu, he is lying down in the causal ocean, and then he is simply breathing. So Sa aikshataha, simply by glancing he can create, simply by glancing he can maintain, and simply by glancing he can destroy things. So he doesn't need anyone's help, but Krishna always asks us to become an instrument in his plan, so that Krishna gives credit to us. In chapter 11, in the later chapters, when we see in the universal form, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga chapter, Krishna shows all the Kauravas getting killed and entering into his mouth. Just like how fireflies enter the fire and die. Krishna shows that form to Arjuna and tells that, "O Arjuna, O Partha, I have already killed all these Kauravas. By my prior arrangement, I have already killed all these Kauravas. But you just become an instrument, get up, pick up the bow Gandiva and fight and enjoy the kingdom. You take the credit. I have already done the job, but you just take the credit. You just pretend as if you have done the work." So when Krishna says that you become an instrument in my plan, it is for our benefit. Krishna wants to give credit to us only. So in that chapter, in chapter 11, Krishna tells to Arjuna, "Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrum bhungshva rajyam suranam mayaivaite nihata purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachi." O Savyasachi, Arjuna, nimittamatram bhava, you become an instrument. Tasmat tvamuttishta, you get up and pick up your bow Gandiva. Yasho labhasva, you gain victory, you gain name and fame. How? Jitva shatrum, by conquering the enemies, by killing the enemies. And bhungshva rajyam samruddham, and you enjoy the kingdom fully. Samruddham, you enjoy the kingdom fully, completely. So that's why Prabhupada writes in this purport that we should just become an instrument. In the hand of God, we should become an instrument. Just like how a part of the body, our body has several parts, hands, legs, face, and so on. So each part has to play its own role, its own part. Then the whole body will function properly. But if each of the limbs of our body, they start thinking that I am separate, I want to do things on my own, then neither the limb of the body is happy nor the body is happy. So the role or duty of each of the limbs of the body is to serve the body. Similarly, all of us, all the jivas, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So our role, our duty is to serve the whole, Krishna. We are a part and Krishna is the whole. Krishna is Purnam. In Ishopanishad there is a sloka, Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. So Purnam, Krishna is whole. He is complete. Purna Brahmam. One of the names of Krishna is Purna Brahmam. He is complete in all aspects. Even if many Brahmandas are created from him, even if the Brahmandas are annihilated, he always remains Purnam. And everything that comes out
One
of
quick
him,
question.
yeah.
Like You're saying like Krishna is even though knowing everything, Prabhuji, like we are utilizing our freedom, then only we are not able to accept, Prabhuji. Like even though we know Krishna is everything and devotional we have to do, but even though knowingly also we are performing our own things, like we are like utilizing our freedom, Prabhuji. That means.
Yeah. Good point. You know, we know this knowledge, we know this theory that we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we should act according to Krishna's instruction. We should take dictation from Krishna. We should become an instrument in the hand of Krishna. But still, we do things on our own. This is because of lust. I want to enjoy things. This is because of misuse of free will, yes. But primarily, this is lust. I want to enjoy. We are greedy. We have unlimited desires. To fulfill the desires, we want to do things on our own. Because the mind is always very tricky, right? Mind tricks us that, hey, if you do what Krishna says, you cannot be happy. But that's
where the
misconception.
karma part, sorry.
Hmm?
So where the karma will play the role, Prabhuji, even though sometimes we want to be very much 100% devotional service, right?
Yeah.
But there are so many hindrances and obstacles. Obstacles means we cannot able to override like that things and go beyond that, right, Prabhuji? In that the karma is playing we don't want any lust or desire. We will also we think in that way. But what is the playing role in that? I was always in the dilemma of a karma and the lust, Prabhuji. It's very difficult to understand.
Yeah, it is lust only. Because
Okay.
If you remember from second chapter, towards end of second chapter, third chapter. So towards end of third chapter, Arjuna asks the same question. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva baladiva. There's one word I'm missing. Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva something. Okay, so basically Arjuna asked Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I know all this knowledge, I know all this theory, but why many times I feel that I am impelled, I am forced to commit sinful actions? Why is this so?" Then Krishna answers in the very next sloka. Krishna answers, Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyenam iha vairinam. Kama, lust, it is because of lust only, Arjuna. Okay, let me show the sloka. So this is the sloka here. 3.36. Arjuna uvacha atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Okay, so Annapurna, can you read the translation?
Arjuna said, O descendant, O of Vishnu, by what it is pardon, Prabhuji?
Oh, descendant of
Vrishni. Sorry, Vrishni. By what is one? Last we wait, Nana. By what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force?
Yeah.
Purport, shall I read, Prabhuji?
No, purport is not required.
Mhm.
So here, Arjuna is asking that he knows all this theory, whatever Krishna has said so far. He understands that I am not the body, I am the soul. At theory level, he understands all this, and karma yoga, all of this Arjuna understands theoretically. But he's saying that I am impelled to engage in sinful acts, even though I know that performing that sinful action is not good. And I don't want to do that. Even though I don't want to do that, and I know the consequences of doing that, but still I'm impelled to perform those sinful activities as if somebody is pushing me from behind, somebody is forcing me to engage. So we can see this many times, as you just asked, Annapurna. Yeah, we see this all the time. Until we get some purification, as we progress in our bhakti sadhana, we will understand this thing very clearly, that we have to become an instrument in the hand of God, and we should not do things on our own. That requires some level of purity. Purity means getting rid of this lust, getting rid of all the anarthas. Most importantly, lust. When it comes to doing an action, doing the right thing to do, or doing only what God wants us to do, this is all about action, right? So speaking about action, the very related anartha is lust, lobha, or sorry, kama.
Chanting will help us, Prabhuji. Chanting, listening of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam will help us to get rid of this lust, right,
Will help
Prabhuji?
us get rid of this lust. So here in the very next shloka, Krishna is saying 3.37. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyenam iha vairinam. Okay, so read this translation also.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world."
Yeah. So lust is the root cause, the kama is the root cause of all anarthas. I want to enjoy, I want to, accumulate more and more wealth. So this mentality of controllership, doership, enjoyership, we have to get rid of this. And that is possible by doing this karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga, and then eventually bhakti yoga, the chanting, the shastras, all these things.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So in this current shloka, 4.21, in the purport, that's what Prabhupada explains, that we should become an instrument in the hand of Krishna. As a part and parcel of the whole and not his own activity. What he's doing is only being done through him by the Supreme. So recently I heard that, the AI, artificial intelligence, is advancing so rapidly, right? The OpenAI CEO, Sam Altman, so he made a comment saying that, I'm very afraid of the rapid progress of AI, that one day it can simulate me and give an impression to the world that I am talking to them, or I am the one who is doing everything. The AI will be able to do that. I am very afraid of that. Who is saying this? The creator of AI, creator of OpenAI, foundation. So if AI starts doing things whimsically on its own, there'll be a big havoc, which is already happening to some extent. But according to the comment of Sam Alton, if it starts simulating an image or video of a of a great personalities, celebrity like this, and then make decisions that can create some destruction in the society, that will be a biggest danger that can happen. So like that, if the limb of a body starts acting on its own and not as part of the whole body, then it's going to be danger. And Prabhupada gives another example of a machine and part. So there is a machine that has so many small parts in that. Each small part is very important for the overall machine to function properly. Each and every small minute part is very important. And whenever Krishna tells to become an instrument in his plan, this is a beautiful thing that we need to understand, that Krishna is telling us to become an instrument so that we will always be successful. Why? Because whatever is Krishna's plan, whatever is Krishna's instruction is always perfect. That's why we will always be successful. Yatra yogeshwara Krishno, yatra partho dhanurdaraha, tatra shrir vijayo bhutir dhruva nitir matir mama. Wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is always victory, morality, great power, and strength. So undoubtedly, if we learn to accept Krishna's dictation and become an instrument, it will always be successful. So if we are not doing that, that means it's our lust, all our anarthas, the impurities in our heart. And hearing Krishna Katha, like in a group discussion like this, on a regular basis, will help us cleanse all these anarthas. Chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will cleanse all these anarthas. Okay? So, yeah, we can pause here. If there is a quick question, comment, reflection, we can take. Okay, if nothing else, then we can conclude here. Thank you everyone for joining. Grantara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada
Hare
ki
Krishna.
jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. See you all next week.